teaching, that's what I try to do. I would do pop quizzes to my students. Of course, they had tests and practicals. That wasn't important to me. What was important is they got the information and the techniques. If they failed the test, I let them take it again. It was so important to me that they got the information and the knowledge. And that's what it's all about. Maybe a high school diploma, good grades, this and that. Now, I worked at that point a lot of delis in Rockaway Beach, Queens, and only one restaurant at the time. I think I was just turned 20 when I went out for my interview. And there's a 1.5 year waiting list to get in, if you did get accepted. Well, the person that was interviewing me was a young lady. And we went through all these questions. She asked me about mother sauces, which I had no idea. She asked me about mise en place and mirepoix, and had no idea. Roux, I had no idea. And I was being honest with her. So, well, how do you make your onion soup at the restaurant? I said, we dice onions, fill the pot with water, we have onion soup mix. She goes, oh, do you sell a lot of it? I go, yeah, we sure do. Whatever. Not the proper way to do things, but listen, that's why I'm there. I want to learn. And that's what I told her. I'm thirsty for knowledge. So one of the last questions she asked me was, who's your influence? Well, first I said, of course, I said my mother, who is, God rest her soul, one of the best chefs I've ever met to this day. And I said also Julia Child. Now Julia at the time, 1984, was not well received in the culinary community at all. She had a tough time getting that show on the air, and a long time before people really tuned in and took her seriously, let's say. But she smiled right away, you know, and said it's about time. And it was nice. It was a nice moment. So that was in, when was it, April, Gene?
Yeah.
I got in that August.
Oh.
Yeah. So they got me into a class in August, and the rest is history. Did very, very well. You know, I excelled in all the production classes, struggled a little bit in some of the sit down, the wine and the French. Because I wanted to get to the fire, you know, I wanted to put food to the fire. But if you want to become a professional and learn about things, you have to learn history and everything else. So the education was intense. We did very well. I graduated. Yeah, the experience was great. Spain. Hey, how are you?
How are you? Nice to meet
Great,
you.
nice to meet you. Valencia, Spain. What he's concerned about is the rice that you use for paella. It has to be a Spanish rice. Boba rice is the preferred rice. Very hard to get. Amazon, you can get it. A little bit expensive, but not too. You're only going to use a little bit at a time. We're going to use Cal Rose rice. Tremendous amount of olive oil. Now I did the mise en place at home. So this is beautiful. John's Farms, they had a bag of baby peppers, red, yellow, orange. It was 89 cents.
Wow.
Cheaper than
We have a Vidalia onion.
Giuseppe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're there. You hear that? All right, now all my protein is iced down. What does color equal?
Flavor.
There you go. Now sausage is cooked already. And patience is where you want to be here. Wooden spoon, you want to scrape your pan, right? Let's get some color on that chorizo. Next in, we're going to put chicken thighs. Now, what I did was I just cleaned them up and just dice them into small pieces. Now, is they'll add the chicken after the broth and stuff goes in. I like to add color. Point, I'll add a little salt and pepper. I have my salt and pepper mix. How about a little garlic? Why not? A little fresh chopped garlic. I'm getting tired of doing all my sous chef's work. Now guys, if you haven't been to John's Farms, It's really come a long way. They cleaned it up, it's beautiful, the produce, everything is beautiful. I even picked up saffron. Look at these little bags of saffron. These guys, now remember I have red, orange, and yellow. Vidalia onion, it's gonna be speckled through the paella and give us a beautiful color, vibrant, and of course the flavors is intense. Now you dice plum or Roma tomatoes. I'm just gonna use a can of diced tomatoes. Make it easy for everybody. You'll add that. I don't know if you guys are getting that whip, that smell. Incredible. I don't know if you can see. You can see the color. You see the color, guys, from the saffron? And you saw the 2 tiny little bags. You don't need much. Half, 2 cups. Now with the wine, guys, you want to make sure this reduces. And the French word for that is you want to reduce it to sec. When you reduce things, what happens? It intensifies the flavor. So that's why you want to be careful when you season things. Now what do we? 2 cups. And this is a very, very important step. C-A-L-R-O-S-C.
Oh, just, okay.
All right, just work the rice in. Yeah, about 2 cups for this particular. And guys, that's it. Don't stir this again for the remainder of the cook. At this point, I'm gonna lower the heat and let that do its job. Now the clams, I'm gonna let this goes for about 15, 18 minutes for the rice to bloom. Before that, I'll add the clams, then I'll add the shrimp, and what you do is you just nestle it in. I'll show you how to do that. Then I'll add the scallops, the very last. I'll add the calamari. Finish it, I'll hit it with a little acid. I have lime today, just to bring the brightness back. And basically that's it. 18 minutes. And this is a medium heat. I gotta get the clams in. And this is what you do. You're gonna nestle the clams in. Oh yeah, it looks like paella, okay? And I could set.
About how many?
I have a half a dozen clams.